So hi and welcome along everyone. Today's video I'm going to show you how to set up a new WC cistern. When you get it, it arrives from the manufacturers, it's just like this, a hollow shell like this type of thing, and basically a bag of bits like this. And you can be forgiven for thinking, yeah, how does all this lot go together? Okay, going to show you. It's fairly simple. Alright, so here we go. Now this particular cistern, I'm showing the bottom of it here. As you can see, this one has got 4 holes there, and the main one in the middle, that's for the siphon. When it's got these 2 extra holes here, it normally means that they're going to take bolts through there to bolt to the toilet pan. Okay. There then, a brief look at all the parts as they come out the bag. Donut washer, I'll show you where that goes in a minute when the siphon goes in. The valve, the bolts I'm talking to you about, that goes through those 2 holes. There's a sealing ring for a hole at the other end of the cistern, depends which way you're taking the valve in. These are push buttons, because it's a push button cistern, okay, and that's the most important part of all, the siphon. Okay. Now we're going to assemble them. Right then, I like to start with the blanking off plug, the side that we're not going to want to feed, and the mounting bolts first, because there's plenty of room inside. This is usually pushed through from the inside and nut that one up on the bottom. Some people, if it's visible, you can go that way and do the nut inside. Obviously then it's a little bit more difficult to do the nut up. Mine won't be seen putting it in this way, so I have to give you the option. Run it through there and do it up like so. Give it a little nip with some grips. Doesn't have to be too mad. It's only a bit of plastic. Go too mad and it will strip the thread, so pretty gentle on it go. And then this brings us to this. If I show you here, it's got special washers on that are shaped to go into the hole there, right, so that when you push them through, it should go and sit in the hole nicely, which it does. Again, these up and not too mad with the tightening. Okay, up onto there. Up. Once again, not too bad, just a little nip, nothing too much. Okay, that's probably about it. Next part then I like to get in is the siphon. That's this part here, main part of it really. Now you'll notice there's a chamber up this side. This is the overflow that's built in this side, and what you've got to do really is decide when it goes in, if your valve is going on like this on this side, not to have that part there, the overflow bit round the wrong way, because it restricts the amount of valve movement you're going to get in there. It kind of gets in the way of this that's got to go in there. So as mine is going in there, my valve, the empty hole, I have to siphon that way round. Okay, now there's obviously quite simple, this one, a nut there, a washer that goes underneath. This washer goes inside, so drop that in like so, and then we get a plastic washer there, get on there, and our nut, as you can see, that way round obviously, and up there like so. When we tighten this one in, we make sure that the siphon is nice and square in there. We want it kind of level, so it's that way, dead level. Alright, and then we're going to tighten it up with these. Again, not too much, okay? Tighten up, here we are, and hold the siphon with your right hand here or your left hand, whichever way you are, so it stays in place. And with a pair of grips, I usually like my footprints, a small nip up, that's all, not too much. Once again, doesn't need to be over tightened. That's it, that should be plenty. Now you can see that this donut washer now, it is moulded out to that shape there. You can see like a ridged in there, and you can see now that that goes over there when it sits on the pan. You pull it around the lip of that and it will drop into the pan and make the seal when we tighten the bolts up. So other than that now we've just got to stick the ball cock in. And this is the one we have, general type, fluid type master one, quite a normal common one for this type of cistern, and it's quite simple to adjust and alter this type of thing. Adjust on here for the float level, that's this part here, and you adjust this here. So it's pretty simple design really. But today we're just inserting it in the cistern, so let's have a look at the nut and that on here. You can see there's a nut on there, and the washer on this one, it's already on, but you can see it's flanged so that it points down that way, so when it goes into the cistern it pulls down into it. So once again we get this round the way. Normally it's this way. This washer goes in the bottom, so as we go in there, find the hole, there we have it. Now it won't generally have enough room to turn that way. As you can see, it would hit the sideboard of the cistern, so can I actually go that way in the corner, but that's generally the way, that way in. Obviously the other way if you're going through the other hole on the other side, if that's your feed. Okay, once you've got it in there, hold it with your other hand in the cistern like I've got it at the moment. Plastic washer and the nut. Okay, and do this up. You can see, put your fingers first. Now once again, I'll show you inside. As you can see it there, make sure that it's not touching anything, so that can slide up and down. Okay, pretty simply in there, you can see that. And once again we just hold it so it doesn't move around while we nip it up with these. Once again then, not too mad, this hand hold the valve in the cistern so it doesn't move around. Give this a little nip up. Again, not too tight, but you'll feel it. It pulls that rubber washer down into it. You can feel it kind of biting into the cistern there as you do it. This one probably the one that's the most tight out of all of them. That's the one that generally leaks, if you're going to get a leak. And that's it, I can feel that is about right, don't overdo it again as I said. And that's it now, we're all prepared. If you look inside there now, you can see everything is ready to go. That's that, and that just leaves the last thing, our push button mechanism, which has got to go in the lid here. So that's our last thing now. Now I've took the cover off it now, so it's ready to go. It's just got a nut here to bolt it in with. Now there's lots of adjustments to be made with the bolts inside, because these push the rods up and down on the flush mechanism. These are adjustable up and down. Now that can all be all done when the thing is filled up and the adjustments are made. There's lots of adjustments to be made on these connections that you kind of tighten them up and get them at the right amount of push for each one. So that depends exactly what kind of siphon you got. I've got this particular one. There's other different types out there as well. But this, for now, all we're talking about is getting this into the lid. And here's our hole. So basically, there's no washer on there, not with this one anyway. Normally there is, but not on this one. So you'll get that kind of thing. You can hold it with your fingers on the other side. You can see that there, nut over there. And we'll just get this started. Again, it doesn't require much tightening up. It's virtually just finger tight. These things are a bit awkward to start, but once you get them going, it should be right. This one's particularly awkward. Right, we seem to have her now. Awkward to start. Just do it down with your fingers for now, because we're not sure exactly where these are going to end up on our push button thing, so probably best not to tighten it just yet. Leave it so you can move it around and perhaps take it back out again if needs be. All those adjustments so need to be done once the cistern is full up to the right level and ready for sorting out its levels and flush button depths and so on. But as far as it goes, fitting the cistern up, that's it. That's about it then. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's just one of those funny jobs, isn't it? You know, when you get these things, you get these instructions, you think, oh golly heck, that looks complicated, but it's not too bad really. Much easier when someone shows you, doesn't it? Wish someone had showed me a few years back. No, anyway, that's about it though. Usual place for all my stuff, you know where to go. Daunting 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.